The importance of advising for students, the way I like to think about it is having your game plan, knowing A to Z, making sure that you are following the right steps, the right procedures, when it comes to choosing the classes that you need. That's the importance of advising, is kind of having that, that second set of eyes to look at what it is that you're needing to accomplish here with us. And just kind of, talking with someone about what those ideas are. Not so much of, oh, I have to go at this on my own. We're there in your corner, we're there to provide that kind of support. That's the importance of advising, is to really have that outlook of where you're wanting to go and how to be able to get there.
The big thing that I think about with it is oftentimes students are exploring themselves or exploring ideas of what they want to do, but a lot of it just stays up in their heads. And something I like to tell my students is that, like, if you're just thinking about it a lot, you think that you're working through it, but oftentimes you're really just worrying. And so by going and working with an advisor, you're externalizing that process. You're actually trying to figure out, okay, what do I want to do really? What do I want to not do? What are things I don't know about that would affect what I think I want to do? And so by working with an advisor, you take all of that thought, which sometimes ends up just being worry, and you actually turn it into an energy, into an action to actually go through a solution, to find a solution to what it is that you're pursuing.
At least maybe once a semester. I mean, it just depends on if they need to come in more so. I mean, we can always help them schedule another appointment, things like that. But at the very least, at least once a semester.
Well, it helps keep them on track. It makes sure that any processes that they don't know about or they might be missing for the school that they're at with us at Northwest Vista College, or even for the school they want to get into, that they know about those things. Because it could even be little things like for nursing majors. If they're planning on going into a particular nursing program, most nursing schools want you to have your math and sciences done almost a semester before you actually would be applying. So if you wanted to start in fall of 2018, you'd actually have to take your last math and sciences fall of 2017. And if you're not meeting with an advisor regularly, you may not realize that, and then you'll be completely off by at least a year to try to get into your nursing school. So it helps you keep on track.
Well, with graduation, of course, they have to come in and do the application with us. That's how it's done. But it's to be sure that they get where they need to go, and hopefully there's not that many hiccups on the way, making sure that they know when things change, if they have to change anything, like let's say a catalog, or if they need substitutions depending on what their degree is. We're the ones who would actually help them get that done, so hopefully they come in sooner than later so that we can actually help them get through the process of completing.
So, ideally, you're either looking at the semester before you're about to graduate or the final semester of your going into graduation. There are deadlines for filling out that application. We do roll over applications if need be for one extra semester. Let's say ideally you're wanting to finish out in spring, but something happens, you might have to drop a class, or there's that one extra class that you're like, I can't fit in a full 15-hour load. That application can go towards the summer. But usually a student would want to come in at around the 45 credit hour mark, just to verify, okay, how many more classes do I need? So either the semester before they're about to finish or the final semester that they're here with us would be a good opportunity to fill that out.
Well, again, as long as you're keeping on track with meeting with your advisor, preferably at least once a semester, but at least once a year, and having other forms of communication with them, then ideally you would apply the semester before your final semester, or at the very least, your final semester. And the graduation application deadlines tend to come up towards the beginning of the semester. So, for example, it tends to be in October in the fall, it tends to be in March for the spring. So you really want to try to meet with your advisor to file that graduation, if you're doing it the same semester that you're graduating, by the start of the semester. So not necessarily January, because you don't always have appointments at that time for spring as an example, but definitely at least within the month of February. And then definitely at least the month of September when you're thinking about the fall.
Well, usually, the way it works is we want it to be maybe around the 45-hour mark. But students can talk about graduation anytime they come in and see us. We can schedule those plans, be sure that they're on the track. But 45 hours, or at least early in the semester when they plan on graduating, when they plan on finishing. So hopefully we can get through the process before any of the dates actually happen for when things are due.
that communicate. Communication is the key.
Well, just to show up, hopefully, then when they make appointments, to be sure that they're actually checking to see when they made them for, and to hopefully not no-shows. But if they need to not show up, to get with us, either call or email, so that way we know that they need to cancel, so we can actually help them reschedule an appointment.